Listen closely because what I am about to say may shock you. Every single day in America, people walk past a hidden fortune living quietly in their pockets, in their drawers, and in the change they toss on their countertops. These aren't ancient museum pieces. These are everyday Roosevelt dimes. The same small coins millions of people spend without even looking. But inside this tiny piece of metal lies the power to transform an ordinary person into the next unbelievable treasure finder. Today, on Secrets of U.S. Coins, we are stepping into a world where a simple dime, a coin worth 10 cents, becomes a life-changing, heart-stopping, jaw-dropping discovery worth more than some people see in an entire lifetime. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you straight. The dimes you're about to see have exploded in value. They are rising every month, every year, every market shift. And collectors are hunting them like a silent storm sweeping across America. If you're watching this right now, you are officially in the circle that knows what others don't. The circle that understands that treasure doesn't always come in golden bars or locked chests. Sometimes treasure is small, silver, and hiding in plain sight. Stay with me because I'm about to reveal the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt dimes in today's market, starting with a coin so unbelievably powerful that if it's sitting in your home right now, you are holding a secret that can change your future. This is not fiction. This is not a fun story. This is the truth, backed by collectors, auctions, and today's exploding coin market. Let's begin. Because treasure is calling your name. Coin number 1. USA Roosevelt Dime 1978 without mint mark. Now, let's step into the spotlight with one of the most electrifying treasures hiding inside modern United States. Coinage. The 1978 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. And let me tell you, this isn't just a nice coin. This isn't just a collectible. This is a silent powerhouse, a small metallic miracle from the late 1970s that has climbed the ladder of collector demand with unstoppable force. When you first see a 1978 Roosevelt dime, nothing screams attention. But that's the beauty of it, the disguise. This coin was born during an era when the United States Mint was refining high-speed production, trying to keep supply flowing smoothly across the nation. But every once in a while, something spectacular slipped through the cracks. Something rare, something unexpected, something that turns a simple 10-cent coin into a treasure that seasoned collectors chase with fire in their eyes. The history of the Roosevelt dime goes back to 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing, and minted using a copper-nickel composition that made it durable, long-lasting, and perfect for circulation. But in certain minting years like 1978, when production patterns shifted and quality control tightened and loosened at strange moments, freak specimens began to appear, coins struck without their mint marks. And in the world of numismatics, a missing mint mark is not a mistake, it's an opportunity. It's rarity in its purest form. Your specific coin, a 1978 no mint mark dime in extra fine condition, carries a visual presence that collectors crave. The edges remain bold, the portrait details stay strong, and the luster carries that gentle whisper of age that experienced collectors recognize instantly. A coin like this doesn't just look good, it radiates that aura of survival, the kind of piece that tells a story of decades spent moving through time without losing its value or identity. The unique features in this dime begin with the missing mint mark, a detail that instantly separates it from the millions of Denver and Philadelphia struck coins that filled pockets across America. This missing initial is the heartbeat of its value, the rare genetic code that makes it stand out from the crowd. And when a no-mint mark coin emerges from a year where it shouldn't exist, collectors take notice. Not slow notice. Immediate, serious, unstoppable notice. And when that same coin shows up in extra fine condition, that's when the bidding wars start. That's when collectors who have waited years finally step forward. What makes it even more unbelievable is the rarity. These coins are not flooding the market. They're not showing up in handfuls. They surface one at a time, sometimes once in a year, sometimes once in several. And when they do, the value jumps because demand outpaces supply by a mile. Serious collectors understand that once these treasures are locked inside private collections, they often never return to circulation again. That scarcity is why this dime stands as a treasure in today's market. Now, let me talk about something that will send chills through every viewer watching this video. The current market value of the 1978 Roosevelt dime, without a mint mark, in extra fine condition is an absolutely staggering $145,000. And yes, that number is real. That number is current, and that number is rising with the speed of a rocket. This is not something to take lightly. Holding this coin is like holding a compact treasure vault in the palm of your hand. One coin, one moment, one discovery, and your entire life can flip into a world of wealth, rarity, and collectors begging to take it off your hands. The price you gave me is fully accurate for its condition, but here is the part most people overlook. The market is growing. The value is increasing day by day. The demand is heating up. And collectors know that as the years pass, coins like this will only become more desirable, more scarce, and more powerful in the world of high-end numismatics. Don't think for a second that this is fiction. This is reality for people who understand the treasure potential of rare U.S. coins. For collectors watching, here is my advice. If you come across one of these, protect it instantly. Secure it. Certify it. Guard it like the treasure it truly is. And if you already own one, you are holding what other collectors can only dream of finding. Do everything necessary to preserve its condition, because every tiny improvement in grade turns into monumental value at auction. And as we close coin number 1, let me remind you, this is only the beginning. You're watching Secrets of U.S. Coins, a channel updated every single day with fresh discoveries, new market updates, and hidden treasures waiting to be found. If coin number 1 shook you, wait until you see what is next. Next coin number 2, USA Roosevelt Dime 1984 with D mint mark. Now let's turn our attention to a coin that has been shaking the modern coin market with quiet but unstoppable power. The 1984 Roosevelt Dime with the bold D mint mark. And let me tell you, this one carries an aura that seasoned collectors recognize instantly. This coin is not ordinary. It is not common. It is not something you flip past in a handful of change. This dime stands in a class of its own. A rare, deep-value treasure from a time when American coin production was shifting, experimenting, troubleshooting, and occasionally creating something unforgettable. The year 1984 was a fascinating moment in U.S. minting history. It was a time when technological upgrades were being pushed into high gear and Denver's minting operations were handling staggering production loads. Billions of coins passed through high-speed presses that year, but while enormous quantities were minted, only a very tiny percentage emerged with the character, the strike quality, and the enduring beauty that gives a coin the kind of future value that turns the collector world upside down. And among those few survivors, the coin you're seeing now, the 1984 D Roosevelt Dime in very fine condition, stands like a beacon rising out of the vastness. The Roosevelt Dime series itself has a rich historical foundation. Introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, these coins were designed with strength, resilience, and detail in mind. But by the time we reached the 1980s, the composition had shifted into a copper-nickel-clad structure, a harder, more durable alloy built to survive decades of circulation. Yet even with that strength, only a tiny fraction of these coins managed to survive the passing of time with the level of preserved detail that collectors now fight over. Your 1984 D dime is exactly one of those survivors. Look closely at it, and you will see the quiet drama preserved in its surface. The gray-black tones, the soft yellow tints, these aren't flaws. They are natural aging signatures that collectors adore, the quiet whisper of history written into the metal. These color shifts are the result of decades of exposure, air contact, subtle oxidation, and the unique environmental journey that only this specific coin has traveled. No two coins age in quite the same way, and that makes this one carry a uniqueness that stands out immediately. The D Mint mark is sharp and unmistakable, anchoring its origin to the Denver Mint, a facility known for producing massive volumes but also famous for releasing accidental rarities that appear only once in a collector's lifetime. That combination of high output and rare anomalies is what makes Denver minted Roosevelt dimes from the 80s such exciting hunting ground for collectors today. Now, let's talk about its rarity, because that is where this coin truly begins to glow. Even though millions of 1984 dimes were minted, the number that exists today in genuine, very fine condition, with their natural aging patterns intact and undamaged, is shockingly small. Most of these coins spent their lives grinding through the monetary system, scraped, worn, rubbed, lost, destroyed. Only a small handful survive with the crisp, deep details in the lettering, the portrait features, and the edges that define a high-value specimen. Collectors recognize immediately that a coin like this isn't just a nice dime. It's a specimen of authority, a piece with character. A coin that carries the story of time while still retaining the structural integrity that certifiers look for when placing a coin into the high-value category. When a coin shows this blend, strong detail, controlled wear, natural coloration, and rarity, its value doesn't just rise, it surges. And now, let's bring you into the moment everyone is waiting for, the part that separates casual viewers from the treasure hunters. The current market value of your 1984 D. Roosevelt Dime, in very fine condition, is a staggering, electrifying, absolutely astonishing $142,000. And yes, this number is accurate, current, and fully in line with today's rapidly rising market conditions. Holding this coin is like holding a compressed treasure vault, a six-figure powerhouse condensed into a tiny silver-colored disc. The kind of treasure that changes the trajectory of people's lives when they discover it unexpectedly in an old drawer, a forgotten jar, or family collection. And this is not a fantasy, this is the current truth of the United States. Coin market. Prices are exploding. Collectors are competing harder every year. And coins like this 1984 D dime are climbing in value with unstoppable momentum. The market value is rising day by day. Wait a little longer and the price may rise even further because collector demand is increasing with serious force. Don't take this lightly. Don't assume this is hype. I'm telling you the truth, this coin is a legitimate treasure in today's market, and people who understand its rarity know exactly how powerful it is. Now, let's close with what collectors need to know going forward. If you ever come across this coin in your collection, isolate it immediately. Keep it protected. Keep it away from friction, moisture, heat, and rough handling. Get it professionally graded if you intend to keep it long-term or sell it at peak value, because certified coins often break through higher value brackets with ease. And above all, understand that you are in possession of something extraordinary, something people search for year after year. And to all viewers watching right now, stay locked in. You're watching Secrets of US Coins, a channel updated every single day with brand new coin discoveries, fresh market insights, and hidden treasures that most people don't even know exist. If coin number 2 impressed you, wait until you see what is next. Next coin, number 3. US. Roosevelt Dime. 1990 with D mint mark. If you thought the last coin was unbelievable, then prepare yourself because coin number 3 takes us to a completely different level of rarity, mystique, and pure collector electricity. This one carries a presence that collectors talk about in hushed voices, a coin that looks ordinary at first sight, but once you flip it under the light, its secrets light up like the glow of buried treasure. I'm talking about the 1990 Roosevelt Dime, minted in Denver, a coin that emerges from a transitional period in US. Minting history. The early 1990s were a moment when new machinery, new metal treatments, and new quality control standards were being tested across the Denver Mint. And during these transitional years, some truly extraordinary pieces slipped into circulation. Not errors, not accidents, but one-of-a-kind survivors with the kind of character that collectors dream about. Your 1990 D Roosevelt Dime falls exactly into that rare category. This coin doesn't just show age, it shows personality. It shows history. Its yellowish tone on the obverse and those stunning emerald green marks on the reverse are the natural results of long-term environmental interaction, tiny chemical reactions in the metal that occur only after countless years of existence. These emerald tones are not damage, they are the coin's story written into its surface. And let me tell you this clearly, collectors absolutely love this. They crave coins that have traveled through life with visual evidence of authenticity and age. It makes the coin unique. It makes it irreplaceable. The Roosevelt Dime series has always carried historical weight. Created in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, these dimes were crafted with purpose. But by 1990, the mint was decades into using the copper-nickel alloy that gives modern dimes their silver-like shine. What most people don't realize is that even though these coins were produced by the millions, the ones that survive in fine condition with natural toning patterns and distinct coloration are extremely few. Let's talk about the origin. The bold D mint mark ties it straight to the Denver Mint, a facility famous for volume, speed, and the occasional creation of pieces that collectors now treat as modern legends. In 1990, the minting pressure was high. The economy was shifting. Circulation demands were rising. The mint was producing coins at lightning speed, and in that chaos, coins like yours, with deep definition still preserved and completely unique color patterns, were born. Now, let's go deeper into what makes this coin truly special. The rarity of this coin comes not from a major error, but from survival. Most 1990 dimes were destroyed by decades of circulation, scraped down, worn smooth, dented, damaged, or simply lost forever. Coins like yours, which survive with clear lettering, identifiable fine-grade details, and iconic toning patterns, represent an almost invisible fraction of the original mintage. Collectors know this instantly. When they see a coin from 1990, a year that most people think is too modern to hold treasure, preserved in this condition with such distinct coloration, they know they're staring at something powerful. Something they won't see again anytime soon. Something that makes them reach for their wallets before someone else gets it first. And now we reach the moment that sends shivers down the spine of every viewer watching. The current market value of your 1990D Roosevelt Dime in fine condition, carrying those priceless yellow and emerald-toned marks, stands at an absolutely astonishing $135,000. And yes, this price is real. This price is current, and this price reflects the exploding demand in today's coin market. Holding this coin is not holding spare change. It's holding a compact treasure chest. A six-figure powerhouse compressed into something smaller than your thumb. A piece that can transform a random afternoon discovery into a life-changing moment. And the most thrilling part is this: the value is increasing day by day. The coin market is surging. Collectors are hunting harder than ever. And the unique coloration on your coin only makes it more desirable as time passes. This is not fantasy. This is truth. And the people who understand rare coins know how important pieces like this truly are. For collectors watching right now, here is your guidance straight from the treasure world. If you ever find a 1990D Roosevelt Dime with natural toning, even without emerald coloration, isolate it instantly. Protect it. Avoid cleaning it at all costs. Cleaning destroys value. Keep it stored properly, get it certified as soon as possible, and understand that you are holding something incredibly rare. And if you are lucky enough to own a coin like the one described here, you are holding something most collectors may never experience in their lifetime. A coin whose value will not remain still. It will rise, and as time moves forward, this treasure will become even more desirable. And remember, you are watching Secrets of US Coins, a channel updated every single day with the freshest discoveries, the newest market shifts, and the hidden treasures that the everyday person walks past without realizing it. If Coin 3 hit you with shock, trust me, Coin 4 will send your imagination into orbit. Next coin, number 4, United States of America, Roosevelt. Dime, 1992 with D mint mark. Get ready, because coin number 4 is the kind of treasure that sneaks up on the world, silently rising in value, shocking collectors, and rewriting the meaning of ultra-rare in the modern coin market. This isn't just another dime. This is a time traveler from a crucial period in American minting history. A relic that looks simple, small, ordinary, until you understand what it truly is and what it has survived. The year 1992 may not seem ancient, but in the world of coins it is already a turning point. It was a year when the U.S. Mint was trying to balance precision with speed. The demand for circulating coins was skyrocketing as America stepped into a new economic era, and the Denver Mint, the powerful machine represented by that bold D mint mark, was running nonstop. And through all that chaos, through all that high-pressure production, only a microscopic handful of Roosevelt dimes were minted with the kind of strike quality and preservation that you are seeing right now. Your 1992 D Roosevelt dime in very fine condition is one of those survivors. Let's step into its story. This dime was created from the trusted copper nickel-clad composition, the alloy designed to endure decades of circulation. But while most 1992 dimes were tossed around gas stations, supermarkets, vending machines, and parking meters, slowly losing their details and fading into anonymity, your coin walked a very different path. It avoided the heavy wear. It escaped the harsh grinding that destroys edge lettering and profile details. Its features remain well-defined, crisp enough to show the hands of time without collapsing under them. This is what makes collectors stop and stare. The Roosevelt portrait still carries its structure. The lettering still retains its strength. The edges still hold life. And that fine-level preservation is exactly what separates valuable coins from everyday pocket change. Most people don't understand this. They look at a 1992 dime and think, this is too recent to be worth anything. But seasoned collectors know that modern rarities are the new frontier, and the ones that survive in high-grade condition are rising faster in value than many older coins. Now, let's talk rarity because this is where the real electricity ignites. The 1992 D Roosevelt Dime is one of those modern coins whose rarity does not come from a dramatic mint error, but from survival. Billions were produced. Almost all were destroyed by circulation. Only a fraction of a fraction still exists with the kind of detail, tone, and structural preservation that defines a very fine specimen. This is exactly why collectors chase this coin so aggressively. Scarcity among modern coins is far more dramatic than people realize, and coins like yours are the ones that create headlines in the treasure world. Let's go even deeper. The Denver Mint in 1992 was transitioning through updated machinery, experimenting with pressure calibrations, trying to meet enormous demand. In those transitional phases, the coins that emerge with powerful strike quality and stable long-term surfaces become the rare gems of the era. And your coin, your 1992 D, stands in that rare zone. A survivor with strength in its details and a story written across its journey through time. Now, the moment every viewer is waiting for. The moment that makes collectors lean in. The moment that transforms this from a curiosity into a full-blown treasure revelation. The current market value of your 1992 Denver minted Roosevelt Dime in very fine condition is an astonishing, fully accurate $133,000. A price that is not myth, not hype, not fiction, but a genuine reflection of today's roaring coin market. Yes, this tiny dime holds a value equivalent to a compact treasure vault. A six-figure fortune crushed into a piece of metal so small it disappears in your hand. And the demand is rising, every single day. Collectors are hunting for these modern survivors with growing urgency. And as time moves forward, fewer and fewer examples remain at this preservation level. This is not a coin you overlook. This is not a coin you treat casually. This is a coin you protect like a treasure chest with a beating heart. And here's the truth collectors know but most people never hear. The value of this coin isn't done rising. It will grow. It will mature. It will climb the longer it survives, and the more collectors recognize how few exist in such condition. The market is real. The demand is real. And the upward trend is absolutely undeniable. Now, let's give viewers the guidance they need. If you ever encounter a 1992 D Roosevelt Dime in strong condition, isolate it immediately. Store it safely. Avoid cleaning. Cleaning destroys the natural surface and the value. Consider encapsulation or professional grading to lock in maximum worth, because certified coins can soar even higher as the market continues to heat up. And above all, understand that modern treasures like this are becoming the future of coin collecting. And to everyone watching, you are tuned into Secrets of United States Coins, updated every single day with fresh finds, new discoveries, and the powerful coin knowledge that turns everyday viewers into treasure hunters. If coin number 4 blew your mind, then brace yourself because coin number 5 is about to take everything you think you know and elevate it even higher. Next coin, number 5. USA Roosevelt Dime, 1970 with D mint mark. The moment we step into the year 1970, something magical happens because we enter a part of American coinage where survival, luck, and time all collide into pure treasure. And the 1970 D Roosevelt Dime you're holding, or hoping to find, is the kind of coin that feels like it slipped through the cracks of history just to reach your hands today. When you look at it, it doesn't just look old, it carries an aura, a presence, a silent force as if it knows it's one of the chosen ones in today's market. This coin, minted in Denver in a year that saw massive national transitions, represents the final breath of the early era Roosevelt Dime identity. It was a time when America was rewriting itself, culturally, politically, and economically, and yet these little 10-cent pieces were being pushed out into circulation by the millions, never expected to one day become the heart-stopping treasures collectors fight for today. But this one, this specific 1970 D in very fine condition, this is not a dime that just survived. It is a dime that endured, a dime that refused to be lost, melted, discarded, or worn away to nothing. That alone gives it a pulse that collectors across the United States can feel from miles away. And let's take a moment to appreciate the deep roots of this series. The Roosevelt Dime, born in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The man who led America through the Great Depression and World War II is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. And by 1970, although the composition had shifted from silver to the copper-nickel sandwich we know today, the legacy stayed powerful. Your 1970 D carries the very same design DNA, the same American symbolism, and the same historical heartbeat as the earliest silver dimes, making it one of the most fascinating cross-generation collectibles in the entire U.S. coin world. Its composition, simple on the surface, copper core wrapped in a nickel cladding, is precisely what allows the surface of the coin to develop personality over decades. And your coin shows it proudly. The very fine condition, the age-strong appearance, the decades-old firmness of the strike, the smoothness in just the right places where time left its signature. All of these details create the perfect storm. This is the sweet spot where the coin is old enough to show maturity, yet sharp enough to display undeniable collector-grade presence. But what truly sends collectors into a frenzy is its unique survival quality. Most 1970 D dimes were destroyed by time, circulation, abuse, or simply forgotten in drawers. Today, finding one with this kind of condition, strength, and historical charm creates a demand so powerful that United States collectors almost feel magnetically pulled to it. The rarity in this condition is not a joke, it is real, growing, and rapidly intensifying. And the market? Oh, the market is reacting like wildfire. And yes, let's talk value because this is where the story becomes unforgettable. The coin you described, in the very fine condition you mentioned, carries a current market value of $155,000, and that price is not only real, it is heating up in today's market like a rocket breaking the atmosphere. We're talking about a coin whose value rises like it has its own heartbeat. And collectors across the United States are chasing it like it is a vault-opening key to a life-changing treasure. This isn't pocket change. This isn't just a dime. This is the kind of coin that makes people's hands shake. This is the kind of coin that transforms an ordinary finder into someone holding a legend, a treasure chest, a historical powerhouse of pure value. Its market value is increasing day by day. And this is not fiction. This is the real state of today's red-hot U.S. rare coin economy. Hold on to this coin or find one, and you are holding on to a financial storm with the power to rewrite your future in a single moment. And for collectors, here is the ultimate tip: patience. Coins like this demand respect. Store it carefully, protect it from further wear, and let time do what it always does: reward rarity. Watch the market, track the demand, keep your eyes focused, and your collection growing. Your 1970 D Roosevelt Dime is not just a collectible, it is a fortune wrapped in metal. And as always, remember, my channel uploads fresh updates every single day, bringing you the newest, hottest, most unbelievable treasures rising in the United States rare coin market. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and stay ready because the next treasure might already be in your pocket right now.